of the show.
Micro penis is what I like to call it.
Micro penis.
Micro penis.
Okay.
Because I don't want to as long as you know how to use it, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
You know what? It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
It is. It's a little scary at first when you see a micro penis, but then you're like, I'll give you a shot.
So then small sound better than micro?
No, micro's bad.
Micro is like organisms, little bitty.
Welcome to Spooky TV, and today we will talk about music and its affinity for marketing and promoting having a huge, sizable, sexual organ, where male is concerned. Sure, there are some songs, which denounce females having a huge, female sexual organ, but today we'll be focusing on the male counterpart, since that is what is spoken about, the females are spoken about to a lesser extent, so music is always based on glorifying those who have the bigger, instead of celebrating those who have an average or those who have below average. It's all about, oh, I have the biggest this and I have the biggest that. Or the females are known to say, I want a guy who has the biggest this, and when I say this, you know what I'm talking about, the sexual organ, because of the algorithm and their strict rules, I have to be very cautious with the words I use because I don't want him to delete my videos, blah, blah, blah. But some females will tell you that size does not matter once a person knows how to use his sexual organ. As well as you heard what the guy said in the previous post. He said it's about the motion in the ocean, how you use what you have. And some females will tell you that, like, even a lot of men who have huge sexual organs, they don't know how to use it. They still perform very poorly in bed. And even many dudes with huge sexual organs are usually unable to provide enough blood to keep it hard or to keep blood constantly circulating to their member. Based on biology, what I've been told, from my small amount of studying, I must add, I don't want to sound like I'm a professional in this regard. A female gets pleasure from the first 2 to 3 inches of her vagina, and therefore it doesn't take a long motumbo male organ to please her. Based on speaking to some females as well, they prefer to have huge penises touching the back of their vagina, so to speak, because they like to feel it deeply inside them. However, those same females will tell you that maybe 7 out of 10 times this is not the deep penetration which leads them to get to a place of climax, but clit stimulation, or again the first few inches of the vagina. The music industry has created this brainwashing, for males and females whereas size is concerned. So a lot of males, they feel inferior to other men if they don't have a huge penis. Some women, they feel like you are less than a man if you don't have a huge penis. This is why I say it's a misconception, because speaking from experience, some women that I've been with, they can't really take dick. Yet those same women will say, oh, I want a big dick man, or, they will put so much stock into a man having a big dick. But whenever they get some real dick, they are crying, oh, it's too deep, it's too painful, or whatever. So sometimes I wonder to myself, what is the whole deal about, glorifying a man who has a big dick? Then when you are getting big dick, you can't take it. Granted, society is not homogeneous, so people vary. And you have some women who will take that big dick like a G. But the majority of women that I've been with in my lifetime, I would say that the majority can't handle big dick. But the minority, there's a minority who, you are having sex with some women and it's like, you have to be giving them your all, giving them the full length. While some women, you can't even give them your entire girth or length, But I find that the minority that can actually handle a big dick, restructuring their stomach area is a minority. So I think it's just because of music, rap music, dancehall, and pop music. has painted this whole light of what it means to have a big dick, and how a big dick is the way to go. And if you don't have a big dick, you are, you know what I mean, you're less than a man or whatever, you know what I mean? But I think it's all just bullshit based on music, you know what I mean? Music is based on fantasy and all of that, you know what I mean? But in the real world, women can't really handle. Not all, some of you women can definitely handle big dick inside your stomach all day, you know what I mean? It says more about you than the dick itself, you know what I mean? It says more about your ability to take that, but it's really an overrated conversation, you know what I mean? Another thing which I also noticed since becoming a man, women tend to enjoy sex more if they are in love with a man. So even if a man does not have a huge equipment working with, once the woman is in love with that man, she will climax. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, that woman will climax because of that emotional attachment. You know what I mean? That's why even recently I saw a meme where a lady was saying, once you are not in love with the person anymore, their penis feels a bit smaller. Yes. And when I saw that, I was like, so therefore there is something else more psychological about sex rather than just the physical members that are involved in the whole process. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to say that when you don't love someone, the penis feels smaller, it obviously shows that, well, it's not the size, but the emotional gravitation or the emotional magnetism between both partners, which elevates that sex to another level. You know what I mean? So, does size matter? It's not a yes or no question. I would say it's a percentage question. So, if does size matter, I would say it's like 75%. No, it does not matter. Based on biology and based on the emotional elements of sex, I would say size does not matter in that regard. But for the other few minority, you know what I mean, for those persons, it does matter. But it's not for the majority, you know what I mean? Because I can only speak based on biology, you know what I mean, and how the human body works. If you watch porn and you see a lot of guys with the biggest dicks and they're plunging into those prostitutes or those porn stars or whatever, try that with a typical female and you will realize that 8 out of 10 females cannot handle that type of aggressive, hardcore, back-to-back penetration, non-stop. And might I add that a lot of the things that you're watching in porn are not real, you know what I mean? Because they use angles to make the dick look bigger. They cut between scenes, so one man can be going 100 miles per hour, he ejaculates, they cut away from the area where he ejaculates, he returns the other day, picks up from that area and continues. Now, you're watching this from the comfort of your home, and to you, it would appear that this man has been going 100 miles per hour on that vagina consistently, non-stop. It's not that case. You know what I mean? It would appear to you that this man has this long dick and is beating the womb of that woman 100 miles per hour non-stop. It is not like that. You know what I mean? This is acting. It's editing. You know what I mean? So it looks to you like these men are the macho men that are destroying the woman's vagina. You know what I mean? Consistently. But that's not the case. I'm sorry to reveal that information for you porn lovers. You know what I mean? So does size matter? To a minority, it does. But to the majority, it does not.